guys, we are playing DragonHeir. Let's go to the main quest. But first let's try summoning.
Over there, see who it is? The Dragonsaerie of Netheria, savior of the Empire's tainted tower. Long have I eagerly awaited you.
Precisely. The chief wizard of the Dragonsaerie Empire's wizard unit at your service.
So you invited me here.
Indeed, how could I forget such? Several months passed. I had my most trusted subordinates sent out to track down the Dragonslayer. Only the recent crisis was so distracting that I couldn't even tear myself away to attend to the deities and
I've come to ask you some questions.
As expected, a major figure such as yourself would not have come here without need. But before we discuss that, how about we begin by addressing the disturbance you caused in the Tainted Tower?
I heard that you fought off those orcs single-handedly, even ruining their esoteric schemes. But I'm afraid that's not all, is it?
To the best of my knowledge, the Tainted Tower does not inexplicably unleash its magic because of some random person.
I cause abnormality in the tainted tower.
I'm afraid that of the two of us, I'm the one most confused. However, you are the Dragonslayer. With your power, it's not a surprise if anything happens.
If you want to learn the truth, you must be more transparent. I heard that you acquired something at the Tainted Tower. Mind if I take a look? This is...
Almost eagerly so, Utior approaches. His unbreachable facade seems to shatter before you. He raises his eyes, scrutinizing your every inch more intently than ever before. You don't know why, but something about the gleam in his eyes makes you a little uneasy.
Well, that explains everything.
What do you mean?
Perhaps you've already heard the historic tale of the evil dragon invasion. Despite the terrible cost, the wizards led the Imperial army to kill the great dragon. The dragons are descended of deities. They possess a power that cannot be overstated. Even after their corporal forms are destroyed, the toll was felt by everything around them. Thus, the Empire's wizards had to carve up their corpses, burying them all over the Empire and sealing them with magic.
Now 500 years have since passed. According to theories proposed by scholars of the Veil, the draconic corpses will become a congealed mass that holds immense power, or dragon remains.
I thought it a mere hypothesis, but now it seems these statements are not unfounded.
What you hold in your hand is one such mass. The Tainted Tower is one of the locations where part of a dragon corpse was sealed all that time ago.
What do you propose doing next?
It's imperative that the dragon remains don't fall into orc hands. Judging by their actions, it's obvious that the orcs are already planning to gather them. We must put a stop to them and prevent them from using these powers to jeopardize the Empire. For this, Dragonslayer, I would first like you to accompany me somewhere.
Utior takes out an ancient mirror wreathed in magic. It levitates in the air, indistinct gray scenery projected on its glass surface.
This is Nerika's mirror. It can take us onward to the Forgotten Realm, located in the demi-plane. As for the matter you wish to raise, I think we should discuss it properly, somewhere nice and quiet.
The instant the magic nexus is touched, it feels as though you're being dragged into some sort of space, your soul fluctuating between floating and falling. Opening your eyes, you find yourself before a building resembling an ancient ruin.
What is this place?
As I said, this is a Forgotten Realm located in the demi-plane, the secret domain of an ancient dynasty thousands of years ago. We call it the Capital Ruins. It doesn't exist anywhere in the material plane. The Grand Wizard of 500 years prior, Nerika, discovered it. He made the one and only magic mirror capable of accessing it. Nowadays, with the exception of the Imperial Grand Wizard, who possesses Nerika's mirror, there's no way for anyone of the material plane to find it.
In other words, when we want to conceal something from the orcs, this is the best possible choice.
You mean to say where to hide away the dragon remain here?
I prefer the term seal away. See the magic nexus behind me?
Record has it that magic nexus has the ancient dragon deity's power of order. People of the old empire once used it to seal away artifacts of tremendous power, but it has long been disused.
I think it's about time we put it to good use. Come, Dragonslayer, take the dragon remains you're holding and seal it with the magic nexus. It's the best option we have now.
From your hand, you place the dragon remains at the outer edge of the magical apparatus. A luminous haze slowly envelops the dragon remains, eventually embedding it entirely in the recess within the magic nexus. You're suddenly hit by an intense wave of vertigo, your vision progressively eclipsed by darkness. It's him. He's here again. Deplorable, undeserving scum. Don't you dare try taking what's ours.
Oh, Dragonslayer, are you all right?
Did you hear a voice?
Voice? No, just as deathly silent as always. Not a single sound. Did you hear something?
No, nothing.
Fret not. It's not uncommon that arcane energy at higher levels impacts people's psyche. At any rate, it seems we're making good headway, Dragonslayer. You can't ever imagine how helpful you've been.
Just let me know once you're done. I'll take you back to the material plane.
Okay, we have teleport here and some graves. Nothing uncommon, okay. Now it's about time we discussed the meteorite crystal. What do you know about meteorite crystal?
Ah, that's your reason for being here, no? Interesting. It's something I've not heard mention of in a donkey's age. When those things fell from heaven 300 years ago, looking like blood-soaked shooting stars, people considered it an ill omen. But now, besides obsessive scholars, most people have long forgotten about it. Might I inquire as to what your reason for asking would be?
It seemed I thought that Zink and I have some sort of connection.
That explains it then. Well, that all seems to make sense. I've never known any mention of meteorite crystals having a connection with anyone but you. A warrior with the power to slay dragons, coupled with the resonance you share with the dragon remains. I believe this all to be connected in some way, most probably by some kind of power you yourself possess. Unfortunately, I can't give you any concrete answers, but regarding meteorite crystals, the wizard unit does in fact have some records about them.
There are meteorite crystals in the Empire.
Once there was a record documenting the falling of meteorite crystals somewhere in South Adenthia. Alas, the wizards of the time sealed it away, since it was seen as an omen of disaster. Thereafter, it simply vanished into thin air, and no further mention was ever recorded. I, too, once sought to find it, but it was all in vain. If you're genuinely curious, the Forgotten Realm may hold the answers you seek.
Oh, now we can use these grapes. I've seen the stone tablets in the capital ruins.
Ah, so you really did venture over there to take a look at the heretical relics? How did it go? Did you learn anything?
It seems I can read the script.
What? Truly? What does the text say?
Okay, it mentioned an object from the heavens.
Do you suppose it refers to the meteorite crystal? That would explain it. It makes sense. The Imperial Wizard's observations state that the only recorded meteorite crystal fall occurred on the day of Skyfire. There's no mention of any meteorite crystals thereafter, so it may well have been the work. Regardless, we must first address the immediate threat. An orc invasion is imminent, and the Empire must be protected. Once that is handled, I will do my utmost to aid your search for the meteorite crystal.
I'm ready to head back.
No problem. See that portal over yonder? I'll activate its magic for you. After that, just touch it, and you'll be returned to the material plane.
What will you do next?
As I said earlier, there's likely more than one piece of dragon remains, and the orc's goal is certainly not confined to the Tainted Tower. Dragon remains are strewn all over the land. Should even one of them be used for their purpose, it will grant them tremendous destructive power.
It's imperative we gather the dragon remains and seal them safely in the capital ruins before the orcs get their hands on them. As for that final point,
I will help you.
that's wonderful. You proved even more generous than I imagined.
As you can see, the orcs mean to gain power that isn't theirs. This doesn't merely jeopardize the Empire. If the laws of our world are broken, everyone shall suffer. No one besides you has the ability to directly gather dragon remains, not even me. I will also entrust Nerika's mare to your care. Please ensure it does not fall into others' hands. Naturally, I wouldn't ask you to help me for nothing. About that which you seek, when this is all over, I'll endeavor to help you in any way I can.
What should I do next?
Despite being unable to get close to the dragon remains for many years, we thankfully have records left by past wizards. They detail the corpse locations.
Dragon corpses are buried at the Tainted Tower, the Eye of Therm, the Ironstones, the Sinner Swamp, and the Canine Peak. Incidentally, dragon remains are also there. I recommend starting with the nearest, the Eye of Therm in Bayreach. It's ruled by Imperial kinsmen, the Mortalets. You can go ahead to Crimson Iris Port to seek the Duke's aid.
Recently, however, the orc crisis has made the Bayreach region especially resistant to Outlander entry. Still, as far as I know, Duke Mortalet's daughter Flora is in Dragonsaerie now. I reckon you can approach her for guidance. It's all up to you, Dragonslayer. The Empire will appreciate your aid.
Okay. Where can I find Flora Mordelet?
Unfortunately, as Madame Mordelet is royal kin, we have no authority to restrict her movements. I merely know the news of her recent visit, but as to her exact location, I'm afraid I'll have to trouble you to look around. Perhaps my advisor will have some leads for you.
Okay guys, we will keep moving next time. Thank you for watching.